So, Boros Heroic is the name of the game here for the first deck. Let me get this all in camera. We are a Giganta deck. List props to Kanister. I don't know if he got it from someone or whatever, but I copied it from Kanister. He top-8'd one of the challenges. I've lost to this deck a decent amount of times, and every time I beat it, it's always like super close. So I do just think this is a very good deck, and it's underrated. Probably does pretty well against green. You know, maybe struggles a little bit against Phoenix. And then I think is supposed to lose against Rakdos, but like with God's Willing and stuff, it doesn't seem like any matchup is going to be like auto GG for it. But we have Swift Spears as far as a creature. Favored Hoplite. That's the only 2 1-drops I get. Oh, interesting. We'll keep this. His hand seems fine. Nothing amazing, but we're up against another Gigant. Oh, I hope it's not the mirror. That'd be no fun. That'd be no fun. And it is the mirror. Every time a new deck does well, people are just like, okay, let me just play this nonstop. And then you're just like, oh yeah, this deck's good, except I just played 5 mirrors. Okay. Any reason? Probably still just want Hoplite to start. We'll just copy them. Yeah. Oh, I bet. I bet. Yeah. Yeah, it could be a cool mirror. I'm not putting it out. Yeah, you don't usually play Yogg, do you? It's a nice little mix-up for you. I don't think this is one of the spells I have to kill right away, so maybe we'll just copy them. I mean, we do have good cards, but I do think we want to just get our creatures down first. I could also see like Swift Spear and Reckless Rage. That's actually not bad. Just get this thing out of there. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's give that a shot. And maybe they block if they're, you know, not thinking, I guess. All right. Attack! Yeah, exactly. All right, so I guess I want to go like this and like this. Heroic this one. Bang. Okay, your turn. Then we can go 10th Distic Legionnaire and then Courage it next turn. You play this deck a decent amount, SBS, or? Okay, Defiant Strike. This thing's gonna get large. Did y'all check out the Magic 30, kind of all the events and stuff going on today? I am so pumped for that event. It is going to be sick. It is going to be sick with it. Yeah, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Now the question of how the hell am I going to beat that? Nice, EK. Is your favorite deck? Well, welcome, friend. Oh, fair, SBS. All right, a 5/6. Oh, that's a problem. Don't think I can attack. Unless I do some of this shenanigans. Like double on this or something. Yeah, so what, that'd be 2 counters each, so 4 counters. Yeah, it does allow me to get in damage. It's probably better than just playing 10th District and, like, basically nothing. Alright. Go for the win next turn, I guess, but yeah, it's not great. Four, five. Here's another one. 6, 7. All right, then let's attack. Take that. Nice, IT. Nice. I bought the deck I'm going to be playing at Baltimore as well last night. I'm excited. I'm excited. Just after going 10-0, I was like, okay, you know what? This deck's insane. I'm going to play it. So I'm gonna. You're trying it out? Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Hope it goes well for you. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. I'm keeping it on the DL as long as I can. Only the patrons get access to it. Get in on that ish. Yes, yes. Get on in. It's going to be fun, though. I'm so excited for that event now. So excited. Okay. Am I dead? I guess they can do that. No, that is with flashback. 9. All right. Instant speed. Instant speed. That's an instant. That would kill me. All right. That'd be +5. So 14. If I block with this, I'm just dead anyways. So I might as well just block with this. Or not block at all. Then I lose to Defiant Strike. That's pretty bad. Yeah. YOLO. This mirror does not seem fun. I still need help. I have 7 damage. So I need either Homestow, Defiant, no. I need Courage or something. Hiya! Oh, that was definitely for the win. Okay, okay. No big deal. Alright, this deck's sick. Alright, so that's 2, that's 8, that's 10. It's 12 damage, right? A little overkill. No problem. No problem. Easy game. Gotta do this first because it is pro-white. That was lucky. Oh yeah, it's 11. That's right. Overkill is what we call it in the biz. GG. Well played. GG. Okay. Rending Volley seems good. Zai Portable Hole. Seeker of the Way. Showdown probably is... Anybody watch Kanister stream? When does he bring in Showdown? Probably Red-Black. Is it? Red-Black for sure. Grindy decks, I guess. I don't know. Teach me your ways, Kanister. Alright, what don't I want? Not a clue. Not a clue at all what I'm taking out here. Huh. So I'm going to be on the draw, so going to a bunch of removal seems good. And now it's just the sense of what I want to prioritize. Arcanist seems like probably the worst. Because it would just die often, I would imagine. But also could be insane. Yeah, actually, Secret of the Way is probably actually bad. Lifelink, like it's good against like mono red or I don't know, just wherever lifelink would be good, I would think, but I don't necessarily need that. Could see Defiant Strike going down on that. I probably just trim along the edges on pump spells. I think I want all my creatures. I don't know. God's Willing seems important. Okay. Let's take out this. Let's take out one Defiant Strike. And one Courage. The perfect sideboarding. AKA, I have no idea. I'm guessing. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So what's new with you, EK? You just hanging today? Getting some work done? Living life? How's your Gen Con? I just had lunch with Brad. He said he had some fun. Alright, here's an elk. There's an elk. Here's some cards. Looks good to me. I probably want to hold the Virtuoso until I have like God's Willing. Maybe. Maybe. Do 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 do. Our opponent's deep in the tank. Absolutely deep in the tank. Mulliganing to 6. I will keep my hand. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, what do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Okay. Alrighty. So 1 red mana. So they could try to just like Rending Volley me, but that's like the only card they could have to just where this play is kind of unfavorable. But yeah, whatever, I'll go for it. Then we'll protect our last creature if they were to kill this one. Yeah. Now, depending on what they do, hopefully they just go like Arcanist or something. We'll be like, all right. Anger plus Rending Volley. Or wait, no, Arcanist we couldn't kill. That'd be bad. Now they have to have Reckless Rage. That'd be not cool. Oh, they did have Rending Volley the whole time. Interesting. Okay, now it's going to be a sense where we probably should protect this one until we gain some more threats. Our opponent is slow. Probably multi-queuing. How dare they? How dare they? Oh, opponent is disconnected. Okay, never mind. Alright, looks like we have to wait a little bit, y'all. Unless, did I disconnect? Am I still here? Can y'all hear me? Mic check? That'd be bad. Hey, happy Tuesday, Fern Dog. How are ya? Happy Tuesday. Henry's house is still connected. That's good. There were like internet outages at some part of Roanoke today. But not ours, so that'd be bad. Hey, Xbox Greg! Coming on in with a raiding party. What's up? What's up? For the rest of today's work void with the stream. Sounds good, dog. Well, welcome. Welcome. Welcome, Raiders. We are playing ourselves a little Pioneer. We're doing a sponsored Hero Wars stream a little bit later as well. If you want to check out that game for mobile or internet, or web browser, I should say. It's for the internet, kids. You can play it on the internet. You know, I just love when it's your first match of the stream and your opponent is like playing glacially slow. We love it. We love it. Okay. Reckless Rage, huh? Well, I should probably just say go. Or just kill it right now. Honestly, that could be correct, because things could go poorly for me if I don't kill it now. Plus, I have another piece of removal for next turn, so yeah, YOLO. Ooh, I guess this doesn't Reckless Rage too well, does it? Yeah, not really. Hey, what up, Lionheart? How are ya? How are ya? Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. That card's scary. I think I have to play my own. What else am I doing, you know? And if they go to Reckless Rage it, at least they lose theirs too. I'm in. Yeah, we just gotta get rid of a land. Alrighty. Let it live. Let it live. Yep, you know it. Doing a little sponsored stream. Yeah, otherwise, normally this wouldn't be our time frame. I would have to agree. Okay. Let's hope we're not dead. Who knows? Doesn't seem like we are indeed dead. I could just do this, get it out of the way. And then save the Reckless Rage. That's probably smart. Spell you control. Yeah, why not? Get that out of there. That's a good point. I could totally have God's willing. Hey, Kamimi. I'm keeping it on the DL. I put it in my Patreon, but yeah, I'm keeping it on the DL until after my tournament. Because I think it's good. Real good. Yeah, this was not great for me, to be honest. Should have just played the creature first, then we would have been fine. Tilt. Tilt, tilt, tilt. Played a little too fast there. Alright. And I don't want to, like... Did put a card on top. So, do I think they have another one right away? I could just do it right now. And hope that whatever they put on top, you know, as a creature or something. It's probably safer. Alright, whatever. Blow me out. This is not the busted deck. Nope, nope. I have... No, not again. No, not another God's Willing. No! No! I mean, it could be a busted deck for Baltimore. I don't know. It's not the 10-0 deck I was referring to. That's for sure. But this deck easily could be busted. I guess. Maybe now I just have to find a removal spell. Well, I just chucked this game away. I just chucked this game away for sure. So that's a lot of removal spells I found already. Yeah. We screwed this one up badly. playing around them not having another God's Willing there, but believe it or not, they did. To be fair, I made the right judgment call, where I was like, okay, if they have something like Defiant Strike, I would rather, you know, kill their creature before they have access to that. Which was right, they just so happen to have another God's Willing. Alright, well, I'm going to put this here. I'm just going to say go. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Boo-do-do-do-do-do. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need a piece of removal to just not die. To just not perish immediately. Okay. Alright, yep. We were definitely advantaged, and then we were like, you know what? Winning is not that cool. Let's instead lose. Oh, I also forgot about my own Giganta, but yeah, whatever. Not like it was going to be that good. Honestly, this could be a showdown matchup. It seems pretty good when you're on the play, at least. Probably not in high numbers, but... I'm gonna try something like that. You got to level 10? Okay, we'll see if it's updating. Thank you, iTeek. It didn't take very long. And you click through the link and stuff. So yeah, hopefully this should be updating. If not, I'll message the people in charge of it as soon as possible. But yeah, thanks for letting me know, buddy. And thanks for doing it. It really helps out the channel. All right. Thank you, buddy. Okay, well, we'll hope that updates soon by the end of this game. If not, we'll double check it. All right, I would like to go first. Yeah, it's doing a little bit better. It's still, you know, it's still tight and it's weaker. At this point, it's just like muscle atrophy that's going to be the most annoying thing to get back from. Starting to walk again, but it's just getting to the point where it's going to be a pain to just get back to the normal strength of my leg. This hand has removal. We have the God's Willing whenever we find a threat. I'm going to keep. I feel like all the hands kind of look like this. Alright. I think we'll put this like this. Try not to chuck this game. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay. Or you can just join the patron, Kamimi. Yeah, exactly. Nope, my lips are sealed. My lips are sealed for now. I might play it in a challenge this weekend, but I do really kind of want to keep it under wraps because I think it's very good. And it holds some value if I make it to the tournament without people knowing exactly what it is. It definitely holds some value. All right. I will take it. Okay. All right, at least we got a threat. Let's go with this. And let's go with this. Draw a card at least. And yep, that's it. God, next turn we could buy Gigantha and then play it the following turn. Like, that's power. That's elk power. Portable hole, huh? Okay. Yeah, I better give that pro white. Pro white. Another one. DJ Khaled. Nope, I don't want that one. Looks like they need red mana. Elk? Kill that. To be fair, Gigantha is pretty much unkillable with all the removal that we have. Portable hole, reckless rage, rending volley. Gigantha says, okay, sure. Hey, what up? I'm doing good. How about you? Yeah. I'll take it. I'll attack. And I kind of just want to play the elk. But I could see playing this and trying to kill stuff as well. Yeah, whatever. Gigantha time. Elk beats. Elk beats. Elk beats. Sorry about that. I was just messaging the person to make sure this timer is working. And I know this is Tyler. I used to live. Oh yeah, I do remember you. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, still grinding. You know it. You know it. How are you? Living it up? Good old Omaha, I remember. I love Omaha, to be honest. All right. Well, I'm going to take it and hope for the best. So otherwise, I don't think they can kill Gigantha. Unless this is just double Reckless Rage and they only wanted to use one. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Yeah, this looks like a double Reckless Rage. Respect. Oh, they needed to top deck that second red to be able to get it? That's obnoxious. That is obnoxious. All right. Now that is a large creature. What can we do? Probably cry. So if they have God's Willing, gets me good here. But pretty soon I just can't kill it anyways, so I should try. Yeah, but they unlocked their red mana lately, so so I mean, it at least like cuts out the amount of cards they could have. And they don't really have to make a move right now. They can just attack. They can just attack. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like I gotta go for it. It's a tough one. And it's like, even if I get like 2 of their cards out of there, yeah, whatever. Okay, so let's give this a shot. Let's go here and here. Maybe it'll just work. No problems had. The only thing that sucks is like a Defiant Strike actually just gets it here, you know? Okay. I'll respond. Okay. No scry for you. Alright, still think we're behind, though. I was really hoping that Giganta would live. That was kind of the big deal. I can't double protect here, so I don't think I can block. 4, 5. I also don't think I can die, so I think that's okay. Sure, I'll take it. Bye, Giganta. Okay. They didn't leave open the red-white, so that leads me to believe they have a red card and they do not have a white card, believe it or not. Three, 7. This is not even lethal, even if they didn't block. That's unfortunate. Hey, it worked! Hooray! There we go. Thanks, Itek. Sweet. Okay, I gotta make sure I message that person back that it is actually working. Hooray! Itek wins! Thank you, buddy. Okay, now that we got that that's always the trickiest thing for a sponsored game. I was like, I just want everything to be working right so we can, you know, have some fun and whatnot. I'm just trying it out. I'm just trying it out. No, I'm not necessarily super high on it, but it is a powerful deck. It is a powerful deck, for sure. I feel like I need to leave back something. I need to leave back something. I think I just get in there with Favored Hoplite. I'm going to leave these other 2 back. Got wrecked by Blue. Oh, no, Nick. Bummer. You haven't played against that yet, to be honest. I could see it being only okay. do I win? Okay. It is not my favorite deck. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I would say it would probably be my third favorite. Maybe fourth. I don't know. And to be fair, this is my first match with the deck. I've played this style of deck before, and I think, you know, they are explosive and pretty solid, but... Hey, Resto, what's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. Okay, now... think I want to just block over here. Double block. We'll go like this. Now, I think my best bet is to try to start with this. They'll probably go for something, and then I God's willing, and then I get 10 District Legionnaire, and then I hope to draw something. Could protect that as well. Probably have to try. Okay, protection from red. Let's probably do that. No, thank you. Bang. Pro red as well. Okay, that's kind of a blow up. But now we still need help. Bang. That's a good start. Yeah, start with this. Wow. That's pretty solid. I had lethal last turn? No, I was short. Trample. 8. Oh, whatever. YOLO. Maybe I did. Maybe I messed something up. But I didn't think so. If I do make a return to the ring, it's going to be with Pioneer. I've never played the format. I have a couple local qualifiers. And honestly, it's a pretty cheap format to come back to as well. And it's just fun, you know, especially someone like you that, like, you know, played back in the day or something. It has a lot of those elements of, like, the same kind of decks that were big back in the day and stuff like that. So I think Pioneer's awesome right now. I think Pioneer's great. A lot of good decks. A lot of good decks are viable. I think there's, like, 3 tier 1 decks. And then like 3 tier 1.5 decks that are all great choices. And then there's everything else that I wouldn't recommend, but that can always have their day in the sun. All right, well, let's keep playing a little bit more. We're going to eventually do our Hero Wars sponsorship, y'all. For anybody that wants to help out and support the stream. You know, I really appreciate y'all downloading the game, play it on your mobile or play it on your phone. Takes only like 5 to 10 minutes to get past level 10. It's a fun game, and also, yeah, really helps out the stream. So the more people that download and play it, the more you help out your Core B. And you get bonus points. Is this one of the 1.5? I think so. Yeah, I think it's one of the 1.5, but it's just because it's on its way up. If 3 weeks from now someone's like, yeah, that's a tier 1 deck, you know, it becomes a tier 1 deck, I wouldn't be that shocked, you know. But this is one of the 1.5s, I would say. Yeah, I agree, Sam. Yep. Is Abzan Greasefang the best of the combos? It depends if you consider, like, the Green Devotion deck's a combo deck, too. Because those are pretty good as well. But Abzan Greasefang, for me, is the deck I want to play against the least at all times. Not because I think it's the best deck in the format. I think it's one of the 1.5s as well. But the ceiling on that deck is through the absolute roof, you know? And the floor is trash, you know? I mean, like, the deck is very inconsistent at times. And, you know, it looks like a horrible deck at some point. But when they just get you with the old Thoughtseize into 2-drop Enabler, into Grease Fang, or, you know, turn 4, Thoughtseize into Grease Fang, whatever you have it, it's like, okay, yeah, you got it, you know? So I do not want to play against that deck, even though, you know, I might be like 6-1 against it or something. You know, like I have a good record against it, but it always has you kind of clench up. The old Greasy. Well, this is not a good hand. I will mulligan. I kind of want to keep this. It's like, what do I mulligan to 5? If I keep this, I at least have God's Willing to Scry on upkeep if I really wanted to, which would probably be a bad play. Yeah, maybe I should mull to 5. If I was on the draw, I'd mull to 5 for sure. I don't like mulliganing to 5. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I'll mulligan. We'll see how this deck mulligans. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, this deck, this hand has a plan. This hand has a plan. Hope we're up against a deck that's not super interactive and just go completely ham with this card. Nice, Mog, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Pyrahumans and Pioneer right now? Oh yeah, that deck's sweet to play. I'd like to sacrifice my Charming Prince to Pyre, get the Extraction Specialist, bring back Charming Prince, blink Extraction Specialist, bring back another card. Yeah, you can do some nutty things with that deck. I'm with you. Alright. We play this and we pray. Yeah, it took me a while to actually learn Pioneer, but I think I have a good grip of it now. But it was a tough one. I got all my info and all the decks I'd be playing now. And the deck I will be playing in Baltimore. I've locked it in. I got all that info in my Patreon for anybody who wants to check that out. I've locked it in. I've only played 10 matches with my deck. But I was 10-0, so I'm locking it in. No, I'm dead. Alright, this is a matchup I think would be bad. Like, really bad. Is it Phoenix? Does not seem good. Baltimore is an SCG. A team SCG. Should probably not F6 with a God's Willing deck, huh? Yeah, y'all's. I think it's a great deck as well. I have a sideboard guide and a write-up on the whole deck in my Patreon. I think pretty much any question you have is in there. I just wrote that not too long ago. A couple weeks. But yeah, that's a great deck. Can't go wrong with Phoenix. Definitely one of the tier 1 decks. It's not this weekend, but next weekend. Yeah. Yeah, team events are fun. Team events are fun. It scares me, though. Brick fingers, not cool. Not cool. But yeah, very true. I do say y'alls quite a bit. I'm a yaller. They will not be streaming it, but I'll be streaming, I'll be backpack streaming my perspective. So y'all, dang it! I literally didn't mean to do that. So you all will be able to see what deck I play at some point. That's for sure. Oh, I can't beat this. I got myself good right there. Oh, God. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. We did mulligan to 5 on the play too, and did not get rewarded for our decisions, so not much we could do, but my squad is me, Shaheen Sarani, and Eli Cassis. Team Old Men. Team Old Men. Team Old Men. Yeah, I suppose Lightning Axe still beats it at 4. Yeah. Yeah, got him. Yeah, there are definitely draws when you can get it. It's just, Phoenix is very good at killing every creature as they come in, and then having an absurd turn, and it feels kind of rough. Still not a matchup I'd want to play if I played this deck in a tournament. It's definitely not a deck that I thoroughly enjoy the style of play, like... Not usually for me. At least Phoenix is super fun. Yeah, thanks, dude. Yeah, it is a 6 squad. Whenever you got Eli Cassis on your squad, you're doing it right. That dude's broken. He's just the best player on the SCG Tour for sure. And he's just one of the best players in the world as well, so getting to be on his squad anytime is awesome. What's the format breakdown? Eli's on Legacy, Shaheen's on Modern, I'm on Pioneer. Yeah, Nick. Absolutely. Yeah, we once won a SCG together where he played the most unplayable piece of garbage I've ever seen in my entire life. Nice, nice. My opponent's like, hey, I just literally joined your Patreon today. I guess you know what kind of Isn't Phoenix list I'm on. Yeah, I definitely do have a Phoenix list and sideboard guide from a couple weeks ago. That's funny. That's funny. I did see that name now that I think about it. No, I'm just trying other decks out. I'm just trying other decks out. I won't be playing this deck. I've already locked in my list. And it's neither of these two decks. Dun, dun, dun. See myself up. But I was thinking I was going to play Phoenix for quite a while, so I had my elemental tokens and everything ready for the deck, but yeah. Oh, I wish. Woo! That is one of my decks I'm going to build. Because I think there's a good chance that it could be good. The only problem with that is I know it would be bad against, is it? Like, Spell Pierces, that deck's, kryptonite, but... No, I pretty much play with these elemental tokens just to troll Ross, and I know he's going to be at the event. And I know he'll come up and, like, watch a game or whatever, and I'll just be like, he'll, like, set at one of his tokens, and I'm like, ugh! Even though I do think his elemental token is the best, but... Alright, am I taking a turn? That's good. Can I win? No? Okay. Well, let's start with this. No, I need red mana. 4. Okay. Well. Still can't possibly win, but we'll attack and say go. Pieces of thy puzzles, eh? I tried so hard to make this deck work with Fables too. Oh, I wanted that card to be good in this deck, but Pieces of the Puzzle is just better. Okay. I have to try this and hope for the best. A good amount of them, actually. Yeah, I bring Pyromancers in a lot of matchups. Lots of them. It's just a good pivot. Probably. Yeah, probably. I bet they would bring it in. To be fair, I made the sideboard guide before a Heroic was a deck, so the sideboard guide they're using right now does not have this deck on there, but I'll probably get it updated for this person. I've been chatting with them. They have an RCQ. And, you know, if you see a matchup and you're like, oh, I want to know what's going on in this one, I'll just add it. And now that Heroic's being played, it'll probably be something I'd have to add in, but I would probably bring it in. Maybe, though. It's not that great because it's just a bunch of red creatures when they're trying to go pro-red and stuff, you know? So it's not amazing. All right, if I go Rage into that +4 thing, can I possibly win? Prob's not. Yeah, right. I'll have him do my work for me. That sounds good. I'm in. Okay, well. Maybe if I get another Ancestral Anger, I have a chance. That won't do. I don't think that will either. So that's 8. That's 9. It seems like I'm going to perish. Unless, of course, I attack, they block, and have 7 lands in hand. Then I could possibly win. All right. Just need them to have 7 lands. Yep. This should be no problem. Possibility that could have been right. That would have been 8. Recall would have been +4. Yeah, I guess. I think if I have Ancestral, the last one, it would have been exactly 12 damage. I was just thinking there was no way I could kill them anyways, but I think it would have been exactly 12. Because it was at 7. God's Willing would have put it up to 8. And then Recall or Anger with 2 Angers. How does this card work again? +1. Yeah, it would have been exactly 12. God, I hope it's not in my top, like, 3 cards. Oh, they were at 13. Oh, okay, okay. Well, that was impossible then. So I'm glad I accidentally made the correct play. Okay. You got it. That'll do. That will do. Okay. Phoenix, 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 eh? Definitely want to keep the Gods Willing. Probably want to keep all the cantrips. Sideboarding with this deck's kind of hard. I probably want some ways to deal with Seeker, or Shredder. So this seems good. Probably just Rending Volley. Probably don't want to over sideboard against this deck, especially when I'm going to be on the play. Maybe Showdowns are supposed to come in, but... Oh, we broke the format, but not with this deck, dog. Not with this deck. And by we, I mean... Well... Yeah, never mind. Can't give it away. I can't give it away. Oh, what do I want to take out? Probably this? Having 2 creatures live seems tough. Oh, yeah. Gotta play a hearse. You're right. That's definitely what it's for. So what about 2 portable holes, 1 hearse? I could cut... Essentially the worst creature. Maybe Dreadhorde Arcanist just are always supposed to be out. You know? Alright. Arcanist does seem like one of the worst creatures. We're going to play 1 Showdown as well for the content. Yeah, I think you're right. If there's only 2 in the deck, that's a big sign that, you know, it's probably the weaker card. Legionnaire could be another one. Yeah, I don't think you take out the 1-drops, but Legionnaire maybe is supposed to be taken out. I could see that. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to take out Reckless Rage, now that I look at it in my hand and it doesn't look that good. I don't know. Ask Kanister. He knows this deck. I'll go watch a Kanister VOD or something. The great Kanister. Okay. Not great. I didn't bring in Bugbear, but maybe I'm supposed to. I don't know. I think Rage could be fine here. If they go Shredder, I'm going to be super happy I have a Rage. Or Thing in the Ice. Ha, take that. Immediately prove wrong. Okay. So, let's go like this. There was a thought that maybe I was supposed to Reckless Rage during my upkeep, but I think it's okay since I still had a play. So let's go like this. This does scry or something, right? Yeah, okay. Yes, please. Hiya. I actually think the thing to do from the Izzet side here would probably be to just, like, go down on creatures as much as possible. Keep Arclights, keep Shredder, and probably go no other creatures and just bring in all removal. Lava Coils, Angers, just anything to kill creatures. I think the creatures are the liability. Okay. Well, Hearse seems good. Or I could play this, but this leaves me vulnerable to Anger. I think we just get Hearse down. And we'll keep this up so they're scared. I was very sick of playing against Hearse when I was playing Phoenix. I'm not going to lie. So sick of that card. Oof. Seeing that ugly card every single game 2 and 3 from every deck. Alright, y'all. Remember, we are doing a Hero Wars stream. Who's going to be the second one? iTeek TV is the winner now. Who's going to help out the cause next? We got any loyal helpers out there? I'd appreciate it. Hey! Ragnaforge, what's up? How are you, my friend? Coming in with a tier 1 sub for 31 months. One of the OGs. Thank you, Ragnaforge. Let's drop some bombs on our new subs. Oops. They didn't have enough cards. Why is this? Who is the OG? Probably either my buddy Casey or Brad. I didn't think we needed to main phase that one. All right, let's see what we're up against. Ooh, baby. Could play this. I'm still vulnerable to anger if I do that, though. I don't want to get angered. I think I'm just going to do it to this. Start with this. Do just kind of want to hit a land, so yeah. YOLO. We came here to strike. All right, now I think I want to do it. But it is still the case of... honestly, if they just go land treasure cruise, I don't care. They're dead. So no, I don't want to Hearse. The only way that they come back is if they bring back some Arclight Phoenixes, which Hearse stops. There's a nut. We might do it in response to like a spell here though, you know? Like if they go consider here. Thing in the ice. Okay. Yeah, I think Thing in the Ice is very bad against me though, and I would not bring it in. Okay. Four, yeah, they're dead. Boink, boink. Boink, 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 boink. Crew. Hiya. Take that. Yeah, I do not think Thing is a good card. On the draw, I probably don't want Showdowns either. It's probably too slow. Maybe I'm supposed to be bringing in this card. Red base removal spells? That seems pretty good. I don't think I want as many Reckless Rage. I think that was reckless of me to include that many. Could just bring in 2 of those. I have 2 portable holes. Yeah. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, Fight as One seems really good. I mean, protecting... I'm guessing I have both creature types, you know? Like human, non-human. Or are they all humans? That'd be less cool. Can never protect 2 creatures. Rending Volley better than Reckless? Debatable. Reckless, you get triggers off your prowess creatures and stuff, so it's a removal spell plus a pump spell usually, but it can be a liability. So I'm not sure. On the draw, I'll keep this. Yeah, I'd keep it on the play too, to be honest. Yeah. Oh, totally. Totally. Totes. Totes adorbs. Gigantha's the non-human. Touche. Touche. Elk lobster here. Okay. Well, I think I just hope this lives. And if this doesn't live, then I think I have to wait till I have 3 mana. But if it does, I think I'll just try to make it nice and big. Oh, I guess I kind of thought that was God's willing, but that's okay. Yeah, so I don't have a lot of protection for it, but... yeah, here's the tough dilemma. Do I want to wait? Because, I mean, if I don't draw a land next turn, I do nothing next turn as well. Or I just go for it, hoping that they don't have another spot removal. Yeah, YOLO. We're YOLOing. I'm scared. Be nice to that District Legionnaire. Be nice. Be nice. Piece of the puzzle. Piece of the puzzle. We'll take that. We'll take that every single day. All right. So I'm assuredly reckless raging. I don't know. This is my first league with it. But yeah, it doesn't feel good. All right. Let's reckless rage upkeep. This is definitely going to be my first spell. Try to find a land or a fight as one. That's actually not bad. I also think I have to, like, do something here. So it's going to get 3 counters. Courage could give it 5 counters. So I could keep this and then anger and then try to scry a land. I think I'm going to be behind enough that I'm going to go for it. Like, they're going to have their big turn pretty soon. All right. All right. Scry a land? No. Land? Oh no! At least it's another creature if they kill this one. I'm scared. We'll have to very much slow down the game if they have an axe. That's not an axe. That's not an axe at all. Okay. This feels like this could be a upkeep Defiant Strike. I guess you don't have to upkeep these because you scry then draw, so it doesn't matter, right? It's completely pointless. Is it completely pointless? I guess if my top card is a showdown or something and I get to scry that to the bottom and then draw something else. Yeah, that totally does seem like it matters. Tried to talk myself out of it. Alright, let's go like this. I'd like to get a non-battlefield forge land. That'd be cool. Okay. So, now we're leaving fight as one up for the rest of the game for sure. But are they just dead? Okay, anger is +3. Courage is 2, so that's 5. That's 11. They're not dead. But anger at least gives me trample, so they still take a good chunk of damage. That seems better. I have more white, so let's put this on white. Should have played this first. That was stupid. All right, here's that. Hard to turn that one down. But I do want a God's Willing, actually. You know what? I will turn that down. Okie dokie. It was 11, right? Yeah, it was 11. I was like, did I do my math wrong? That was probably a good no block, to be honest. Yeah, all humans. Wait, I guess the Arcanist is probably a non-human, right? Maybe Arcanist is human, too. No, yeah. Arcanist is the one non-human for Fight as one. Classic. Pieces of the puzzle. Cruising for a bruising. Gotta hope they don't have like a Fading Hope. Fading Hope would be the best card against me right now. But I know their list. It's my list. I don't play Fading Hope. They admitted that they are playing my exact sideboard guide. Not bad. Okay, well, I still can't kill them as of now. And even, basically no matter the draw, I can't kill them, right? I just play Hoplite, hope their next turn is not crazy. I can just try to get Hoplite big as well. And then hold up fight as one. Yeah, maybe I was a little premature with that anger. Since I couldn't present lethal, I think I should have held that. I think that was a mistake. But I also want to scry to set up for lethal next turn through like Phoenix is coming back, because that could easily happen. So the first one I am going to aim here. Okay. Now it doesn't matter. I have no way to draw that card though. So we'll attack. Yeah, I don't know. Must just be a little too clunky, but yeah, Feather is always a decent card. All right, 12 might be kind of risky. Galvanic into Time Walk, they're too far away from that. Yeah. Here's that. That would be sick, though. All right, your turn. Well, I survived Trespass. Looks like they did bring in... Oh, that actually kind of sucks. No, it doesn't, because I can get rid of the blue card and then protection from the red. That's gas. Okay, so let's start with Portable Hole. And get rid of this. God's willing, this. Pro red. Sure. And that'll be GG. Doesn't matter what they have. Actually, that's not true. Bounce spell, but luckily I know their deck, but, you know. Okay. Sure. Get on in there. Slip on the back. Oh, yeah, that'd be sweet. We're just gonna slip that 10th District Legionnaire on the back. That opponent was very nice. Very nice. All right. 2-0. We're 2-0. We're going to start our stream pretty soon. But yeah, let's play one more. We're going to play one more, and then after this, we're going to start Hero Wars. For anybody that's looking to play a nice, cool game. And then we're going to come back to this league and finish it after Hero Wars. So, you know, stick around. Enjoy a nice sponsored hour or so. And we'll play some games. Some nice RPG action. I do love that. That was my original love, y'all. Before Magic, before I ever played that, it was all Final Fantasies and other RPGs. Woo! Did I sink a ton of time into all those games. Oh my god. I loved it. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I'm gonna run to the bathroom while this loads. No, I'm slow to walk with the foot. Yeah, best has got to be 7, I would think. But my favorite was personally Final Fantasy X. Definitely not the popular opinion, but man, did I love that one. Absolutely loved it. Okay. This hand is bad. We don't have a threat. I don't think I can keep that. Okay, we can keep this. 9's pretty good too, yeah. Goated. All right, I want to keep my threats, I think. I don't know what I'm up against. Could be anything. I suppose I just get rid of the weakest card, which is Defiant Strike. And we'll check it out. Bang. Take that. Take that. Ooh, some kind of aggressive white deck. Probably mono white, but you never know. It could be some other nonsense. All right, I'll attack. I'll bluff. So I do not want to cast one of my spells. Got him. All right, your go. Yep. Now, the way it works with Brutal Cathar, I better check this out real quick. The way it works with Brutal Cathar, they cannot... that, like, if I kill it with the trigger on the stack, it doesn't, like, exile it. I know some cards are templated like that. Like, you know, Skyclave, for instance, I know is templated like that. So, target creature opponent controls until this creature leaves the battlefield. Yeah, I would think that's how it works. So if they have Skyclave, they can still get me. But, YOLO. Could just play a second one, then I kind of don't care. All right, I like that, but I'm still going to start with this. pretty good. So now I can just attack, and I don't think they can block. If they do block, whatever, we'll do the play we didn't necessarily want to do, but yeah, that's fine. You got it. And now we're just like, okay, well, kill both of them, I dare you. I think they're dead. I think they are dead. The deck should be on Stream Decker. Oh yeah, I figured something out. Maybe if I go like this. For whatever reason, it won't join my thing. The Stream Decker bot. Weird. Yeah, there's like a literal button that says join Corey's chat, and it just doesn't work. Classic. Classic. Okay, they did have the Katha. Okay. Well, I'll probably just kill that. Yeah. No, I think Stream Decker is also just like, at times, not the best, you know? Okay, so I can go like this. I guess that doesn't start. I don't need to start with that. I suppose I can just start with this. Don't really care about an Arcanist either. Yeah, whatever. So this is going to get it up to 5. That's 10. Yeah, so this is going to force a chump block with this if I discard that. That seems good. Okay, because now I can target this. Go like this. This. No big deal. No big deal. All right. Killing creatures seems to be pretty good. Want my removal. I don't think I need a rampage. Or Arcanist? Sure. Why not? Yeah, I am not saying I'm sideboarding 100% correct here, everyone, but we're trying stuff out. Oh, this hand looks terrible. Absolutely terrible. Not much better, but I will keep. Let's get rid of one of these, God's willing. Hope for the best. This hand is much worse. Absolutely much worse. Okay. Yeah, better start with this. Arcanist on the play I'm definitely going to have as well. But on the draw, your 2-drops don't line up that well to their 3-drops that exile stuff. Speaking of stuff not lining up well, Thalia is quite good against me. I'll play this and cry and say go. I'll just cry myself to sleep. Gotta just let this hit me. Try to, you know, Reckless Rage the Thalia away so I can actually unlock some spells, but this feels like a game we're gonna lose. Prowess creatures do play some very annoying defense, though. Like right now, I'm gonna say go, and it's gonna be complicated for them. We're still probably dead, but, you know, being complicated, we got that going for us. Okay. A Thalia's Lieutenant. Okay, okay. So I think the best block is here and then God's Willing, because then they protect this and I take the least amount of damage. That would make sense. Or they don't protect it and I get my spells back. That'd be cool. Protection from white. Land on top. Yeah, I think I want that one. Okay. Your go. Favorite Hoplite also is kind of a boss at blocking. Favorite Hoplite is probably the most annoying creature to attack into. Like, I've had plenty of games where I'm, like, ahead, and I'm up against this Boros deck, and I just, like, go... I also just might be dead here. Don't get me wrong, but... That's 7 damage. Okay... Protection from multicolor. So, what if I... Alright, what if I go like this, like this, like this, Reckless Rage this, give this... Alright, that's a pretty good block if they don't have Brave. Not bad. Well. Am I in a position where I can attack? What kills me? Brave the Elements, but that's going to kill me anyways. Oh, no, that actually doesn't kill me. Yeah, I think I can attack with 10th District Legionnaire. These combats have been good to me. Lots of value. Okay, I have to do this now. Hey, what's up? I appreciate it. Yeah, I love Commander Versus. It's been so fun. But I'm doing pretty good. Get to do a little sponsored stream, play a fun new deck. Life's good. No complaints by me. Alright, so I can't really cast many spells. Not great, but I have to do something here or I'm going to just die. I'm not going to be able to attack. So I guess the best thing to do is just like play this and say go. Or try to play this on this scry, try to find a removal spell. Or a land for God's willing, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna play this and just say go. I thought we were losing this game a long time ago, but it looks like Thalia's catching up to us. Thalia's insane against us. Thalia's just a great card right now. It's great against some aggro decks, you know. It's great against green. It's great against Phoenix, you know. Like, it's just a solid card. Brave is also a great card. It's a scary one. Okay, let's bring Arcanist back in for the play. 10th District, I guess? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Try this on for size. Remember, everyone, we're going to be doing some Hero Wars after this. Anybody who's never checked out that game, you can follow that link. And, yeah, you get a super chest with a secret hero. We're going to kind of figure out what all that stuff is soon for the next 30 days. And make sure to hit level 10, and that supports the channel. Without putting money out there, subbing, whatever. Support the channel by just doing this. Helps me a lot with future sponsorships. Shows value in sponsorships as well as just, you know, yeah, helps me hit my goals and whatnot. So if you guys got some extra time, feel free. Feel free. Any of you working out there that are, you know, trying to not work? Well, this isn't great, but we can just discard lands and stuff, and they can't really kill this card on turn 2. I'm going to keep. This is a card that'll just, you know, get carried away here. Seemed like a shot? What do you mean? All right. They mulliganed at least. I think this mono white deck is so close to just being like extremely good, but just missing a few pieces. All right. That was insanely good. Yeah, now we're basically going to just hold up God's willing every turn after this while, you know, slowly getting our board better. I was just going to say anything but Portable Hole. That's like the only thing we can't beat with this hand. All right, that's GG. We'll get ourselves a body bag. All right, all right. Oh, that was unfortunate because we so could have waited if, like, I thought these decks played a lot of Portable Holes, but I mean, I guess I have played that deck, and I've played Portable Holes, so yeah, that was just probably stupid. That's unfortunate. Excellent. Guess I could have brought Giganta last turn, too. Well, I guess I'm not doing anything with my mana anyways. Elk! Yeah, I should have got Giganta, Ben, you're right. Yeah, I screwed this one up, y'all. We're not dead yet. Giganta's kind of hard to kill. Maybe they're out of stuff. Maybe they have extraction specialists or something in hand. Alright, we got one plan. Elk them out. I can't wait till next turn on this one, because you technically got to wait 2 turns with Thalia. Okay. And Gigantha saves the day. Ooh, and I can just give this vigilance like every turn, basically. Okay, so we're definitely going to do this now. Oh, yeah, I guess this costs 2. And I'm going to give it Rage as well and then hold up this. That would make sense. Or I could give it Defiant Strike now and let them just regular chump block one time. Maybe I want to save this for a little later. This is going to be the over-the-top trump card. But they could, like, block and then play Extraction Specialist. That could just be kind of their plan. I guess I don't have to do anything now. If I want to cast this anyways. Yeah, okay, that's smart. Because I could Reckless Rage, maybe. Oh, yeah, I can use this. Oh, this only casts generic? Okay, that does not help me out. Here comes an Elk. Okay. Now I will Defiant Strike. Okay. Your go. You've been elked. Alright. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're still short. If they have Brave in hand, which makes sense at this stage of the game most of the time, then I'm not dead yet, but we're getting close. Wait, accept generic? Can't be spent. Oh. So it can't pay a Thalia tax. Essentially. Which still kind of doesn't help me out. But realistically, I could cast 2 instants. I could cast God's Willing and Reckless Rage right now and pay generic with the mana, I think. Hey, AE Digital, I'm doing great. How about yourself? I don't think I want to do that, but that is kind of a cool one. This can also get Indestructible, which is less cool. That's okay. I don't need to do this now. Here's one of these. Now I'm going to give it Trample. I can even play that if I wanted to, but I don't recommend it. Here's the Elk. Could kill it in response. No, I can't. All right, I think I still got them. A land actually would be kind of annoying here if they have a untapped land. So then they could double activate Kythian. Because Kythian can flip and make me attack it, which is annoying. I guess I could God's Willing my Gigantha and give it protection. But I need God's Willing to get through, so I don't want to have to do that. It's a close game for us doing nothing like our deck is supposed to do. Okay. Chafet Dunes. I block this, take 3, 6. Yeah, this is lethal with me doing absolutely nothing else, and they can't play spells, so whatever. Block Kithian. Reckless Rage. Red, no generic. Take 9, win the game. Guess they could play a creature, but yeah, then I just give it protection from that. Nice. Gigantha. Gigantha. Nice. Giving him the old Gigantha beats, eh? Well, I mean, we have not been playing this deck perfectly, and we still won 3 matchups against 3 somewhat real decks. Is it being the realest of them? Again, because I just want to try this out against other stuff. And the mirror kind of sucked, not gonna lie. Alright, what are we up against? Okay, it's not the mirror. It's a tough deck to play, but it really is a good deck. Favored Hoplite or some of the other creatures. I think I'd rather start with Favored Hoplite. You want to go Swift Spear to get those like last points of damage, it seems. Like Swift Spear, double pump kind of thing. Okay, what is this? Niv Mizzet? Feels like it. They might take our only spell. That'd be not cool. Yeah, still just took the powerful card. That makes sense as well. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket, but Swift Spear into Anger here seems pretty good. Because then they can't really block anything. It's either that or Hoplite, but I think this is fine. Alright, so I want to do it on this. Gets the counter. Bang, bang, bang. And then I'll attack. I might just go ham on him next turn. Just Swift Spear and then start going for it. Them having mana open leads me to not want to do that as much. They can also just like have Extinction Event or something where I don't want to just commit all my creatures. So I think I will have no choice but to anger something and test it out. Yeah, YOLO. Okay. 5, 6, 7. Can anger for another big chunk. Could anger on the Swift Spear. I feel like they're going to Wrath. I'm just sensing it, you know? Or they're just super dead. I like that too. I like that. I like that quite a bit. Okay. So this feels like a deck where I want, or a matchup where I want Showdown. And I bet if I bring in Showdown, I'm supposed to bring in a land. This looked like a control deck where I don't... Yeah, I bet whenever Reckless Rage comes out, Showdown comes in. That would make a lot of sense to me. Let's at least give it a shot, you know? Maybe I can take out like one courage, the cowardly dog. All right, let's try it. Showdown, showdown, showdown. Okay, this hand is quite weak. Yeah, can't keep this one. I can keep this one. This card is insane, but it does seem not as good against a control deck. This feels like a hand where if I draw a land showdown at some point, it's going to be very good for me. I think I would rather put the land that produces both right now. Go like this. Hiya. Yeah, it's got to be just Niv. And Niv, I don't think is going to have like a good Wrath per se. But, you know, it would be like Extinction Event or something. I guess they totally do have a Wrath. So now it's just what do I think I want to do? They usually play like one, though. And they're not going to go carry at it into Verdict. That feels like a bad play. But they play the other Cypher thing. It's like a creature, but you get to cast the other half as a Wrath. So Bring to Light, that play is available kind of thing. I could just go double Courage and just get this Swole. Attack for 5. Yeah, whatever. Force him to deal with it. And then next turn I can go Legionnaire, Defiant, strike it. Hiya! Oh, blocking, eh? Interesting. Okay, maybe they have Verdict 8. Alright, alright, alright. Okay. I don't mind that, actually. Alright. White, red. I'll attack. We'll do some Defiant striking. Nib Mizzet is probably not our best matchup. I'll tell you that. Another threat that they have to deal with. But, like, just think if they play Nib Mizzet and I go Dread Horde Arcanist. I'm gonna die. Alright, whatever. I'm probably dead anyways. We'll just get him when we're on the play. Easy. Easy peasy. Don't know how I'm gonna ever beat a Niv, I'll tell you that. Maybe it's some other 5-color spell. No, it easily could be. Bring to Light into Niv, but... Okay. We're gonna need some luck. That is step 1. Draw an absurd amount of these things in a row. That's not step 2. Alright. We'll scoop that one up. Is Showdown good against this deck? It kind of seems like it still should be. Like, they just have so much removal to kill my stuff. I cannot kill Niv, so there's no plan to deal with that card. Could have Fight as one. Yeah, it seems like a bomb here. I would have to agree. Fight as one is the only card I'm considering that maybe it's much better than, like, I don't know, Arcanist or... The main card I want is Illuminator Virtuoso. Yeah, it just seems okay. I don't think I want that many protection spells. I think Showdown's better than a lot of that. Some board wipes, yeah, but not even all. Like, they have Extinction Events, so they can still just get me, and I'm holding that, and I'm like, oh, crap. I don't know. I copied Kanister's deck, so ask him. I copied my bud, the great Kanister. Piotr Goklowski is awesome. He's probably either my favorite streamer or second favorite, just because his channel is just always, it's always just nonsense, but in the best way possible. It's just like, you go in there and you're just like, what did I just watch? And he also like wins a challenge, you know? Like, I think Kanister's the man. All right, I will definitely keep just debating on sequencing. I think I want to play this shelter as a land. So I want to have a third land that's untapped at some point. All right. Okay. Which card do I want to die to a fatal push? I think it would assuredly be this. So if they put the black mana down first, that's a sign. I don't think this is a situation where I should just go like, you know, land go. So we'll put this out there and then we'll go Virtuoso and hold back. No, it is not. Nope. The only guides I have for Pioneer right now are my Is It Phoenix deck from a couple weeks ago, which I think is a good deck. And then I have the deck that I'm going to be playing in Baltimore that I'll be writing a sideboard guide for next week. Maximilian. Okay, we had to expect that to happen. All right, now it just has to be this thing go. And then hopefully just completely destroy them the turn after. All right. Now if they have some kind of weird card that kills this through protection, then we're dead. And if they don't, then they're probably dead. It's probably that simple. But I do think this deck is a solid deck. I really do. Okay. God's willing. I'm God's willing and able. Now, do we want any of the creatures is the real thing? Maybe I can just kill them. So yeah, I'm gonna go for kill them, and then we'll figure it out from there. Pro black. Showdown. I don't think I want a showdown when I'm trying to kill them. Okay, let's do a little math. It's gonna be 2. Anger probably makes it 3, 4. Courage is 5, 6. Other courage is 7, 8. So that's 16. So I need a little more help than that. So if I need help, I should probably get rid of this. Or I just hold up shelter and hope they don't have like extinction event. We might do that. That could be the help we need. These could be the droids you're looking for. Okay, so we'll start with this. I think I might need a land. I think all I needed was a land. So we'll get rid of this. Okay. Courage, courage, courage. Discard favored hoplite, shelter, something. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 9. That's lethal right there. Okay. So we'll go this. That should be lethal. Defiant Strike. That gets us up to 8. And Courage for the old 18 Exaxes. Well, I'll make it 20. We'll make it a solid 20 damage. Yeah, this deck's pretty sweet. This deck is pretty sweet. Thank you so much for watching, everybody that is on YouTube. I know you're like, oh my god, you're not going to show me the trophy match? It'll be in the next video, so, you know, like, share, all that kind of jazz. You know, I really appreciate it. And, yeah, look for the trophy match of this video coming up.